going to discuss about transients in RL circuit when supply is DC. Now, in in this circuit, the state of switch. The state of switch can be defined in three ways: at t is equal to 0 minus, at t is equal to 0, and t is equal to 0 plus. At t is equal to 0 minus means t is equal to 0 minus before changing the state of the switch. This is it represents the position of the switch before changing the state of the switch. T is equal to 0, t is equal to 0 during changing the state of the switch. This is the duration during the changing the state of the switch. T is equal to 0 plus is equal to 0 plus after changing the state of the switch, and hence we can say a in switch, when it is having its initial state, it has, when we are making initial state, let it is off, and from off to we are going to make it on, then the switch of the state is before it changes its state of the switch. Let at t is equal to 0, the state of the switch has changed, and hence we can say at t is equal to 0 minus the switch was off. At t is equal to 0 we made the switch on, whereas at t is equal to 0 minus it was off. Therefore, if it the position of the switch is changed at t is equal to 0, then t is equal to 0 plus switch state will be on. And similarly we can say if initially the switch was closed, then if we want to make it off at t is equal to 0, then we can say at t is equal to 0, when we change the state, we are changing the state of the position from on to off, then we can say at t is equal to 0 minus switch was on, and at t is equal to 0 plus, then it will be off. And hence the switch position can be defined in three ways: at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0 minus, at t is equal to 0 plus. Now, inductance. It is characterized as the property of the circuit element by which energy is capable of being stored in a magnetic flux field. Any element that exhibits the property of inductance is known as inductor. Inductor here means a solenoid when it is wound, either it is air core or it is iron core. A linear inductor is one for which the inductance parameter is independent of current. As current flows through the inductor, it creates a space flux. When this flux permeates air, strict proportionality between current and flux prevails so that inductance stay constant for all values of current, and hence in air core inductance is always a linear element. A plot of potential difference across the coil as a function of the derivative of the current then appears as straight line passing through the origin. It will follow a straight line. Now, when flux is made to penetrate iron, however, it is possible for large current to upset the proportional relationship between the current and flux it produces. And when this inductor is is placed on an iron piece, then in that case, then it will be no more a linear element. In such case, the inductor is called nonlinear, and the plot of VL and di by dt will no longer be a straight line. And if it is the plot between V and di by dt, then it is not a it won't be a straight line. It will follow a no linear path. Earlier it was a linearly following because it was air cored, and when there is some iron or magnetic material is placed, then it will be a non-linear because now it will become saturated at a certain value of current. Now, how we can analyze the behavior of inductor when supply is DC? In case of there we are considering this is a switch, and switch is having its position from 1 to 2. When it is at this position, there is no current in this inductor, and hence we can say I is equal to 0. but when the state of the switch is changed from here to here, then some current will flow in this inductor, that is I. Therefore, we can say at t is equal to 0, with the change in the state of the switch from off to on, from here to here, then now supplies get connected across it, then VL will be equals to the voltage across inductor is equal to L di by dt. At t is equal to 0, t tends to 0, then it means VL will be infinity, and hence this inductor doesn't allow sudden change in current through it, and it will behave like a open circuit. Why? Because at initially there was zero current in this inductor. At t is equal to 0, when we change the state of the switch, still there is the current in this inductor is 0. Now initially current was 0, therefore inductor behaved like an open circuit, and hence we can say when some supply is connected across this inductor at t is equal to 0, this inductor behave like an open circuit, because initially it was current was 0 and it is not going to change the sudden change. Inductor doesn't allow sudden change in current. If current in the circuit initially if there was some current, that is I naught, and switch changes its position from 1 to 2 at t is equal to 0, then again we can say VL is equal to L di by dt, and if t tends to infinity, then the final voltage across the inductor will be 0, and hence we can say for this inductor, when it is supply is DC, this switch is made on for long time. When suppose t tends to infinity, then in that case this inductor behave like a short circuit. The voltage develop across the inductor will becomes 0, and hence we can say at t is equal to 0, inductor behave like a open circuit because it doesn't allow sudden change in current. At t is equal to infinity, inductor behave like a short circuit because the voltage develop across the inductor is 0. Now, considering these two state of the inductor, this inductor can be analyzed when there is initial current and when there is no initial current. Let's consider at initial current I naught was 0. In this case, in the second case, there was some initial current. At t is equal to 0, if we are changing the position of the switch, inductor behave like a open circuit because initially there was no current. At t is equal to 0, 0 plus, when switch position is changed from off to on, then switch position is changed from off to on. Initially it was off, now it is made on. The initial current was 0, and inductor behave inductor in through inductor the current will be 0. It means simply means that inductor behaving like an open circuit. However, when this switch is made open for a long time, let it is t tends to infinity, in that case the voltage drop across this inductor becomes 0, and hence it behave like a short circuit. Voltage 0 here means short circuit, current 0 here means open circuit. Now, whereas in the another case, if inductor was having initial value of current I naught, in that case, and we are changing the position of the switch from off to on, then at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0, there will be some current. At t is equal to 0, there will be some current at that instant. T is equal to 0 plus, and in that way we can say inductor behave like a current source. However, again, if this time tends to infinity, the voltage develop across this inductor will be 0, and hence this current source will be bypassed through this short circuit, and it behave like the same as that of in this case. This is the behavior of inductor at t is equal to 0 and t is equal to infinity when we are changing the state of the switch from off to on, and when there is no initial current in the inductor, when there is some initial current in the inductor. Now, considering this behavior of the inductor, it can be analyzed when the supply is connected of the inductor, how the current build up across the inductor, and when there is no supply across the inductor, how current will decay through the by the inductor. Now, we consider that at t is equal to 0 plus, I initial value of current was 0. Then here we are analyzing this circuit when we are changing the position of the switch from off to on at t is equal to 0. Then considering KVL, KVL in this circuit, then V is equal to applied voltage, let it is V. The voltage drop across this resistance is VR. The voltage across this inductor is VL. Now V is equal to VR plus VL, whereas VL is equal to L di by dt. Now this equation can be rearranged in in these terms as a differential equation, first order differential equation. In this first order differential equation, let r by l is equal to p and v by l is equal to q. Now this first order differential equation can be solved by using a concept of pi and cf, where pi is the particular integral and cf is the complementary function. Now pi is nothing but the response at when t tends to infinity. Now, considering this equation and putting t is equal to infinity, then this component will become 0, and from here we can easily calculate the value of I. Then I will be equals to t tends to infinity, I is equal to v by r. Since this value at t is equal to infinity, this value is steady state, and hence it is taken as capital I of L. IL is the current flowing through the inductor. Therefore, Pi will become equals to v by r. Now similarly we can find out the complementary function of the first order differential equation, which is equals to Cf is equal to a exponential minus r by L t. We are knowing the value of p. P is equal to r by L, q is equal to v by L, and in this equation we know p is equal to r by L. Putting the value of pi and Cf, pi is v by r and Cf is a exponential e to power minus r by L t. Then the resultant value of the function is it. It is equal to v by r plus this is pi, this is Cf, pi plus Cf, using this concept. Now again we are considering at in this circuit, if t is equal to 0, then we can find out the magnitude of this constant. This a will be equals to v minus of v by r. Putting the value of a in this equation, then the final and resultant value of the current will be equals to v by r minus v by r into e to power minus r by L t. Taking v by r common, then final function will be v by r into 1 minus e to power minus r by L t, and hence we can find out the value of current at any instant of time. When t increases, the current also increases in an inductor in an exponential way, and hence this is the curve. This curve shows the how current build up in an inductor when DC is connected and t varies from 0 to infinity. Now, this earlier case was when inductor was energized, but now we consider the inductor is supposed to be de-energized. In de-energized here means when we are changing initial position of the switch from here to here, then the inductor will getting discharged. The energy stored within an inductor will be discharged. Again applying the KVL equation, and in this case applied voltage will become 0. The voltage across inductor is VR, the voltage across inductor is VL. VR plus VL is equal to 0. Putting the value of VL is equal to L di by dt. I into me R in this circuit, the current flowing it is I when there is the state of the switch is this. Now in this case, then again it will become a first order differential equation. This component is nothing but again P, this component is nothing but Q, and for this equation comparing with standard equation, then for first order differential equation this will be di by dt plus p I is equal to q. In this case q is equal to 0, and at t tends to infinity, then this component will be 0, and hence we can say pi of this function is 0, whereas the cf of this complementary function of this the first order differential equation is given by cf is equal to a e to power minus r by L t. Now applying the initial condition at t is equal to 0, then we can find out the value of a. A will be equals to capital I, and capital I is nothing but v by r. I is equal to v by r. Putting the value of a in this equation, the final value of the quantity it will be equals to I e to power minus r by L into my t. Putting the value of t over here, we can find out how the current start decaying in this inductor when it is not energized, or in other words we can say inductor is de-energized through this resistance R, and here R by L is represented as the time constant. It is equal to L by R. This is T is equal to R by L, and this is the equation of current when there is no source connected across inductor and inductor is discharged through resistance R. Considering the voltage across the inductor, VL is equal to L di by dt, and putting the value of I di by dt, putting the value of I over here, and then simplifying this function, the voltage across the inductor can also be find out. Now, alternatively, this the rise in conductor and the rise in current in the inductor and the decay of current in the inductor can also be analyzed. If we are considering the same network where voltage is applied and inductor is having is charged through a resistance R, this is inductor is L. When switch position is closed and it is on, this is plus, this is minus. The applied voltage is V, here voltage is VR, here voltage is VL. Now V applied voltage must equal to V R plus the voltage across the inductor, and rearrange this equation. V minus I into my R, VR is nothing but I into my R. Let current flowing in this circuit is I. Now this is I into my R. Then voltage across inductor is L di by dt. Rearrange this second equation. From here we can again having a first order differential equation. In this equation, I capital I is nothing but the V by R. Why? Because at steady state operation the inductor behave like a short circuit, and the current flowing in this circuit will be V by R only. The circuit behave like a resistive component only. Now in this case, rearranging this equation over here and integrating both sides with respect to, here it is from with respect to t, and here it is with respect to I. Integrating this function, it will be r by L into my t is equal to, this is in a logarithmic function, then it will becomes a minus of log I minus capital I minus small I plus a. A is nothing but the constant of integration. At the instant of closing switch, t is equal to 0, we know I is equal to 0. So a can be find out as a is equal to, putting the value of I small I is equal to 0, when t is tends to 0, then this function is also 0, then a will be equal to log of capital I. Therefore, putting this value of a in this equation, we can find out the resultant value of rt by L is equal to log of capital I upon capital I minus small I. Rearrange this equation and simplifying, then we can easily calculate I is equal to I of capital I of 1 minus e to power minus r by L t. This is nothing but I of t as a function of time, and hence this equation is same as that of the earlier case when we consider the complementary function and particular integral. The equation was solved for the variation in current as a function of time. So this same equation we obtained from this network as well. Then hence we can say with increase in time, the current will also increase, and finally it will become constant, and that constant value is given defined by R by V by R. Now similarly, considering the same network when the current is decaying here means now the source is removed from here, the inductor is discharged through a resistance R. In that case, applied voltage will become 0, whereas VR is the voltage across resistance and L di by dt is the voltage across inductor. From this equation, rearrange this equation, we will be having R by L dt is equal to minus 1 by I di. Then integrating both sides, this function is integrated both sides, then we will be getting RT by L is equal to minus of log of I plus a. And again a is nothing but the constant of integration. At t is equal to 0, we know I is equal to capital I, because initial value of this current was the final value of the circuit when circuit was energized, and hence capital I is equal to V by R. And we know the initial value when the switch has changed its position from here to here. Then we can say this in that case, the earlier the switch was closed and supply, there was some supply connected over here, but with the change in the position of the switch, then now this path will become open, and we can say the initial current through this inductor was final value of the current when supply was connected, and which is equals to V by R. And putting the value of this I in this equation and rearrange this equation, at t is equal to 0, then we can find out a will be equals to log of capital I. Putting this capital value of this a in this equation and simplifying this equation, then we will get that is I is equal to I capital I e to power minus r t by L, and here I is nothing but as a function of time. And if t increases, initial current was the maximum value of current which is defined as V by R, then there is, since there is no source and inductor is going to be discharged through this resistance, the inductor current will start decaying and finally it will become 0. This is how current rise in the inductor and how current decay in the conductor. This can be analyzed in two ways, using the first order differential equation and find out its Pi and Cf, whereas in the second case, alternatively it can be simplified by using KVL and KCL and integrating the function both sides.